Now moving further with this solid state concept, we have just studied the different types of crystalline solids. Now, right, we will be studying some important terms related to this solid state now, out of which the first term is crystal lattice. What is this crystal lattice? We will see now. Crystal lattice. See, it's actually the study of solids three-dimensionally. In 3 dimensions, when you study a particular solid structure, we come across these terms called as crystal lattice, unit cell, all these. I'll give you examples and then we will be studying about it in detail. The 3-dimensional arrangements in a given space. So when we say 3-dimensional, now if I write it on the board, you can see it in a 2-dimensional way. You know about it, right? So 3-dimensional in the sense, say considering x, y and z axis we do, right? So let me just write a picture of this. See, 3-dimensionally you have a figure like this. So let me tell you, this is a 3-dimensional solid. In this 3-dimensional solid, now let me tell you about some important terms. I'll just try to explain you the important terms using this particular one. So say for example, this is the cube that I have drawn. I have just tried to draw it, the 3-dimensional picture. I have just tried to show it to you using a diagram. It seems this way now to you. Am I right? It seems this way to you now, which means that I have shown the faces of this here up, here down this way. This side you can see here, and the other side, which is transparent to you, the back side of this is shown this way and the front side of this is shown this way. This is just a cubic structure that I have drawn. Now let me tell you what is a crystal lattice. Lattice means the particles in this. For example, you consider, you can see in this, right? These are the particles you consider, these small boxes which you see. If these are the particles of the solid, in the solid, these are the particles. If suppose these are the particles, then if these are shown in a particular space using points. Now I will show those particles this way. Okay, this means that at these corners there are some particles present. So I have shown it this way here, 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dot, 4 dot for the front face, and again for the back face, again 1, 2, 3, 4 at the corners. If I mark, then it may look like this. The 3-dimensional arrangement of the points in the space is called as crystal lattice. I mean, they constitute a crystal lattice. So 3-dimensional arrangement of, make a note of it, 3-dimensional 3D arrangement of points in the space is called as crystal lattice, or this particular arrangement is called as crystal lattice. That means now in this the simplest portion, okay, here you can see that some boxes are large and some are small. So let me consider one more. Say this particular cube I have considered, Rubik's cube I have considered. In this, if you see this is a cubic structure, right? If I place it this way, it may look like this to you. Yes, here you can see the boxes, am I right? In these boxes, if these are the corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here 5, 6, 7, 8. How many corners are there? 8 corners are there in a cube, right? See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back side 4, front 4. 4 plus 4, 8 corners are present. In this, the simplest part, say this one particular box which you see, if I just remove it and see, that means it is similar to this particular cube, but a smallest portion of it. Smallest portion of the crystal lattice it will be if I separate one small box from this. Hope you're getting the point. The smallest portion of the crystal lattice is called unit cell. What is it called? Unit cell. Sometimes they'll ask you the definitions for it, so please do keep noting the definitions as I tell you. So what is unit cell? The smallest portion of the crystal lattice which when repeated in different directions, that is in three-dimensional directions, see here, x, say y, and along z plane. So three-dimensionally I mean to say x, y, z. Using these, you are considering this particular three-dimensional study it is, and that is why, say here, that one particular box I told you, isn't it? If you remove this one particular box, you call it as unit cell, we call it as. So such cells, when repeated in different directions in the given space, what does it yield? It yields a crystal lattice. Understood? So when you define unit cell, you will have to say the smallest portion of the crystal lattice, which when repeated in all the directions in a given space forms a crystal lattice, is called as unit cell. So what is it? When repeated in here, crystal lattice, when repeated in different, I will go with the standard definition as per the NCERT. Please do understand. Directions generates the entire crystal lattice. Entire crystal lattice. So what is it? See, you have one particular, say for example, you understand, right? So this is a one small cubic structure which you have. Now we are repeating this cubic structure in all the directions. When you repeat in all the directions, in all the given space, you get what? The entire crystal lattice you get. So if I go on extending this further, you may get one more, say the crystal. So all like this you go on arranging, you get a whole crystal lattice. So a part of that is called as unit cell. Are you getting the point? So crystal lattice means it is a three-dimensional arrangement of points in the space. And what are these points called as? These points of the crystal lattice are called as lattice points. What are they called as? These are called lattice points. Make a note. The points on the crystal lattice are called as lattice points here. So this is about a unit cell and a whole crystal lattice. If you have followed it, then we will move further. Now I'll be considering one simple unit cell from this. I'll just draw a picture of it. Okay, if suppose this is a picture of one simple unit cell that I have taken, one simple unit cell. Here what are the things that we observe is the parameters. There are 6 parameters. 6 parameters describe the unit cell. 6 parameters describe the unit cell. Which are those 6 parameters, you know? 3 are the edge lengths. Edge lengths means, see here. This is one edge. You're following? Hope you're getting it. This is one edge. X-axis, Y-axis, Z-axis. X, Y, and Z-axis. So here these length of the edge is called as edge lengths. So 3 edge lengths, or we also call it as axial distances. Axis, along the axis the distance. So axial distances also we call it as. See, if this is named as A, this line as B, and the other as C. So 3 edge lengths A, B, C. This is one which describes the unit cell. And the other parameters are the angles between the edge lengths. See here, between this edge and between this edge there will be an angle. Again, between this edge, that is along Y, which you have considered, say C, and along B, there is one more angle here. Yeah, likewise, see here. Here between A and B one angle, say alpha. Between B and C one more angle, beta. And between C and A one more angle, gamma. So which are the other 3 axial angles? AXIAL, axial angles, alpha, beta, gamma. So which are the 6 parameters that describe the unit cells? 3 edge lengths, A, B and C, and then between them the angles alpha, beta, and here gamma. So those are the angles which will be telling about this particular unit cell, or which explains about the unit cell here. Next, what we have to see is these points are called as lattice point or lattice sites. Here I have told you, isn't it? The points on the crystal lattice, here we denote that there is one atom present here, one more atom at the corners. They are called as lattice points, or they are also called as lattice sites. And what do they indicate? They indicate the constituent particles. What does the point indicate? The point indicates the constituent particles. And the constituent particles can be atoms, or ions, or molecules. Important. Hope it is clear. If it is clear, we will move on further with the types of unit cells. Next we will see the types of unit cells. In the types of unit cells are mainly classified into primitive unit cell, primitive, or it's also called as simple unit cell, primitive or simple unit cell, and the other one is centered unit cell. Which are the 2 types? Primitive unit cells or centered unit cell. Primitive unit cell is also called as simple unit cell, and the other one is centered unit cell. What is primitive unit cell? Primitive unit cell means, in this, imagine that you have the atoms, constituent particles only at the corners. Which are the corners here? I have told you there are 8 corners. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, here 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8 corners. How many corners? Okay, let me draw the picture again. The diagrammatic representation. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. There are 8 corners. Yes. If the atoms, I'll not mention atoms here onwards, I'll tell constituent particles, because constituent particles can be atoms, ions or molecules. If the constituent particles are arranged only at the corners, if you have the constituent particles at the 8 corners, then you call such a cell as simple cubic cell or simple unit cell. What is it? A primitive cell. It has the constituent particles only at the corners of the unit cell. If it is so, we call it as simple unit cell or primitive unit cell. Whereas in centered unit cell, we have 3 more types. 3 more types. One is body centered unit cell. Second one is face centered, FACE, face centered unit cell. And the third one is end centered unit cell. End centered unit cell. What is it again? Body centered unit cell means what you know? Along with the 8 corners, here, along with the 8 corners, the particles will be present. Along with that, one will be present at the center of its body. Center of its body means, imagine here, if this was transparent, you could have seen what lies between. Here, inside this space, one particular atom will be present. See, like this, inside. So, along with the corner atoms, if the atom is present at the center of the body of the unit cell, you call such unit cell as body centered unit cell. Hope you are following. What is the point? Body centered means inside the whole unit cell, exactly at the center. Here now I cannot open this and show it to you. So I mean to say, here after this, at the center, there will be one atom present. Along with the corners, one at the center of the body, and that is called as body centered unit cell. This particular picture you can think of. Face centered unit cell means, along with the 8 corners, the atoms, constituent particles are present at the 8 corners, and along with that, the particles are present at each face. Faces means, you know, these are the faces. See, if this is a unit cell, this is one phase. One phase, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. See, with this, 1 face, 2 face, 3 face, 4, 5 and 6. So you can make out there are 6 faces in a crystal lattice. So along that 6 faces also, if the atom is present or constituent particle is present, then we call it as face centered unit cell. So let me draw the diagram. If this is the unit cell that I want to show it to you, then okay, Then you see, if this is the unit cell that I am showing it to you, along at the corners the particles are present. Am I right? At the corners the particles are present. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many faces are present? I've told you there are 6 faces. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up, down, front, back, left, right. 6 faces. Along those faces also, at the center of each face, if this is one face, here at the center one atom. Here if this is another face, at the center one atom. Here one atom. Here one atom. Like that 6 atoms will be present extra. So this is one face, no? One atom. One. Back face, one more. Right face, one more. Left face, one more. Up one and down one. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hope it is clear. I'll show it here. Here you see. Here one atom. Here back one atom. Up one atom. Down one atom. Left one atom. And right one atom. 6 atoms. So if this is present, then we call such a unit cell as face-centered unit cell. What is end-centered unit cell? You know, if the atom is present at the center of the opposite faces, see, which is the opposite face for this? This opposite face is here, back. Am I right? This is one face. Its opposite face is this one. Between these 2 faces, if there is one atom present at the center, it is called as end-centered unit cell. Got it? So at the opposite faces, if the atom is present, constituent particle is present, we call them as end-centered unit cell. So just make a note of it. You can write what it is. Here, constituent. Here you can write one constituent particle. One constituent particle present at the center of body along with 8 corner particles, constituent particles in the unit cell. That is how you will write. Here you write 6 atoms, 6 constituent particles present on each face along with 8 corner atoms. End-centered, one atom, or say constituent particle, one constituent particle present between the 2 opposite faces. 2 opposite faces is called as end-centered unit cell. So these are about the types of unit cells which are very important to be known. And I'll have to mention that there are 7 primitive cells. How many primitive cells? Make a note of this. There are 7 primitive unit cells. So now you have an idea, no? What is a unit cell? Unit cell is the smallest portion. Unit cell is the smallest portion of the crystal lattice, which when repeated in all the direction gives the entire crystal lattice. So such unit cells, we have 7 primitive unit cells we have. Using this, we can get lattices. How many lattices we get? We have 14 lattices, and these lattices are named after the mathematician who described about them. His name was Bravais, so it is named as Bravais lattices. Bravais lattices. There are 7 primitive unit cells and 14 Bravais lattices. This is the point which you have to mention very clearly and which you will have to explain clearly related to the unit cells. And now let me just mention you which are the types. In the next video we will be discussing about the types of these unit cells which constitute 14 Bravais lattices. But just for you to remember, you can remember this way. Okay, I told you that there are 7 Bravais lattices, 7 primitive cells, isn't it? Unit cells. So the easy way to remember is cute, CUTE. Then you can remember it as or, cute or. Hero, motor. Okay, I'll just write it here. Cute or hero motor. If you remember it this way, it becomes easy for you to remember, though it doesn't have any meaning as such. It's just for you to remember. If you can follow this, you can try this. It's cute or hero motor. Cute, CUTE or hero motor. Okay, so the types are, see, CU means cubic, TE means tetragonal, OR means orthorhombic, HE means hexagonal, RHO, rho means rhombic, MO means monoclinic, TR means triclinic. It's easy. So these are the 7 primitive unit cells. Using this will form primitive body centered, head centers, and then you will get using this 14 Bravais lattices that we will discuss in the next video. For now, if you remember which are the 7 primitive unit cell, cute or hero motor. So cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, hexagonal, rhombic, monoclinic, triclinic. Remember this way ends with clinic, 2 clinics. So monoclinic, triclinic. So these are about the 7 primitive unit cells. So hope you do follow this particular concepts. Go through this. There is a chart given in your textbook which we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.